There is a profound reason for that, because Allah is telling you that this is your lifespan. Your lifespan is the time in relation to the hereafter, is the time between the adhan, the iqamah, and the salah starting. That's how long you live for in comparison to the hereafter. And what happens in this dunya is that we get so immersed in this life that we forget our purpose, our objective in life. Imam Gazali rahimahullah gives a beautiful, one of the most beautiful examples of life itself. Imam Gazali rahimahullah says that the example of man's life is like a person walking through the jungle. And he looks behind him and he sees a lion running after him. So the man runs. He comes to this well. He jumps into the well. Whilst he's falling into the well, he manages to grab a rope. And then he breathes a sigh of relief. And then he looks down and there's a huge serpent, a huge snake, waiting for him to fall. He looks up, there's the lion. The only support he has is the rope. And then all of a sudden he sees a black mouse and a white mouse. They begin to nibble the rope. Lion above, snake below, and the only support he has is the rope, and now that's being nibbled at. And in front of him, he sees a honeycomb, and he places his finger into that honey, and he takes that honey, and he places it upon his tongue. And momentarily, man forgets the snake, the lion, even the two mice. Imam Gazali rahimahullah says, he says the rope is man's life, the lion is death, and the snake beneath him is his grave, unto which every single individual will go to. And the rope which is being nibbled at is his life, and the black mouse and the white mouse, the black mouse signifies the night, and the white mouse signifies the day. And the honeycomb is the dunya. Man tastes the sweetness of the dunya and he forgets its purpose. Why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent him in this world. My dear respected brothers, everybody's chapter will close. Everybody. Some at the age of 90, some at the age of 40, some at the age of 47. It doesn't matter how long you live. It's how you spend your existence. And this is why the Prophet ﷺ said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min su'il umar. Oh Allah, I seek refuge from you in a long existence which has no benefit. You live for 80 years, but you achieve nothing. You've not attained the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You've not contributed anything to society. And this is why, my dear respected brothers, Janazah Salah is a remembrance. It's a reminder for the believer. That this is my dear nephew at the age of 47. He's 7 months older than I am. At the age of 47, he had to leave this dunya. And I swear by Allah, as Allah says in the Quran, La tansa nasibaka min ad-dunya, do not forget your portion of the dunya. Your coffin will not have pockets. Your coffin will not have pockets. You will leave whatever you earn in this dunya. And I'll finally finish off on a story which I actually read just this morning. Of a businessman. He sees this ant. And this ant, it's pulling a leaf. And the leaf is many times the size of the ant. And he's amazed at the clever nature of the ant and at the vigor and the zeal of the ant. And then he realizes that ant has similarities with human beings, because it drags the leaf all the way to its hole. And when it reaches the hole, it realizes that the leaf is too large to go into the hole. And then he says, I understood this is man's nature. Man takes all the burden of this dunya. Day and night he's working. House, bigger house. Car, bigger car. but he takes none of it into his abode, the qabr. He leaves everything behind it. So my dear respected brothers, today it's Naeem's turn. Tomorrow it's my and your turn. Our time will come. There are two tomorrows. There is the tomorrow of this dunya and the tomorrow of the hereafter. As for the tomorrow of this dunya, there is no guarantee that you will see it. And as for the tomorrow of the hereafter, I swear by Allah, there is no doubt that you will see it. And therefore, my dear respected brothers, we make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive the shortcomings of our nephew. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enter him into Jannatul Firdaus. You know, let me tell you, many of you who know me well have always heard this story where I said the thing that changed my life was a statement I heard from the Tabligh Jamaat, that they said that what's the difference between you and the animals if you eat and drink. This happened at the tail end of my school when I was about to leave school. I never used to pray salah. Where it happened was in this masjid. How did it happen? In those days I didn't pray salah, I never prayed salah. So sometimes I would come and spend my 6-week holidays at my brother Shafiq's house, and Mims, Sio, Nasir and Nasir would come to the masjid. So they would drag me along to the masjid. So they dragged me to the masjid one day, and I entered the masjid, and I heard the Tabligh Jamaat give this bayan, and it changed my life. So the Prophet ﷺ said, Ad-dal al-khair kafa'ilihi. The one who indicates what's good is like the person who's done the action himself. I hope that the little work of deen that I do, that Allah on the day of judgment will put it in the scales of Naeem. We make dua that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala elevate his status, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make his grave a rawdatun min riyadul Jannah, that make it garden from the garden of Jannah, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant his family sabr jameel. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.